Keep them both in the top.
Thank you all. I just want to say before I invite them up to join you, a little group here named the Cypher. This program was some of their first times ever writing any type of like poetry or songwriting, and this is only their second performance. All right, all right. When I want to read a book, I write one. But sometimes I look for the pages and it's like I find none. Of my memories contain the keys to my future. No losing sight of my dream. Like Martin Luther, kings and queens is what we were born to be. Our destiny is to be free. And I believe that no weapon formed shall prosper. Like Nostradamus in his prime. I'm interstellar when I rhyme. Like Daniel, I pray 3 times for the liars. I said I pray 3 times for the lions and snakes that defy us. Never gonna divide us. Holy land before us, but time is against us. These systems to oppress us made us feel defenseless. But there's power in our people. It's not forbidden knowledge. I'm trying to fight the evil and still make time for college. Just some musical youths with good vibrations, trying to send a message out to this generation. Rakia and Nadia, you ready to take on the conversation?
We come from places far and wide.
A mosaic of dreams, a shifting tide.
In the glow of new lands we stand apart.
Yet feel the beat of a common heart.
We speak in tongues both old and new.
Woven with words, yet shades of blue.
The past whispers softly, our anchor deep.
While the future calls a promise to keep.
Assimilation, a dance we learn.
Adapting, bending, yet still we yearn.
To hold the roots while reaching for the sky.
To be both the question and the why.
But in this land a shadow looms. Racism's voice, its bitter fumes.
Hume once wrote in Minds Confined
That difference marks the other mind.
we wear the face of what we've become.
Yet feel the pull of where we're from.
In every glance a story untold.
Of mixing colours and dreams bold.
The threads of culture weave and twist.
A patchwork quilt too vast to resist.
But racism thrives where fear takes root.
And labels grow like bitter fruit.
In the quiet spaces we grow and change.
Sometimes feeling lost, sometimes strange.
But assimilation is not to forget.
It's the fusion of all we've met. Thank you.
Denzel, tell them something they'll never forget.
Authority choose what action to take and its inclusion until it comes to my race. David Hume critical thinking and culture critique. If I don't make money like the white man, then I'm unique. In a world of thought where minds soar, David Hume opened up a brand new door. He challenged what we know is true, saying what we know is actually what we know comes from what we actually do. And pen to paper is guiding light. Experience shapes our thoughts. Yeah, that's what he'd write. Not a blind belief or a distant lore, but what we can actually sense is what we can explore. Though his words could sometimes wound, he critiqued religion, race, and prejudice too soon. Yet empathy and reason were his plea for a world we could all actually be free, preached of tolerance, peace, and grace, and humility in every place. Unlike most who made things intense, Hume wrote clear but was actually very dense.
Usman, tell them what these words meant.
David Hume thinks he understands us, how we think, feel, talk, eat, but he ain't got nothing to match this beat. If he was to walk these streets, he wouldn't live to see his next meet, acting like the hero in his story, but history's gonna remember him as the villain in our story. A story dictated by those who seek power, a power that dictates people's life, that forces a community to deal with strife, like cutting a hole with a knife and letting us know our next victim type. Black on black, white on black, blue on black. And yet we still lack the necessities to survive. David Hume taught us to live in his mind, associate with his kind, and bind the ones who don't agree to a degree in David Hume's philosophy. And yet it's not enough. We put our heads down and obeyed, and yet it's not enough. We realize the fault of our ancestors, And yet it's not enough. We stood proud and fought for what we believed in. And yet it's not enough. We try, and yet we still fail. But our fight is sending mail to the next generation, to stand tall, to never fall. Maybe that's enough.
Dash. Maybe you would have called David Hume's bluff.
Look, listen, you're selective. You choose what you do, choose what you be, believe, perceive. Right now, all I'm trying to do is achieve. It was pressure to be the best. Because I'm doing this to stay my happiness. God, please give me some happiness. But I'm doing this, no humbleness, but to be the best. Because I look up in so-called role models like David Hume. Still praise lying in his tomb. Boom! Sound of me thinking. Is he right? Is he just free thinking? Because you don't really got to understand. He created those opportunities that so did Fonda. To the people that so needed that wonder. The coloured people. The outnumbered people. Anywhere they went. The massacred and plundered people. The sold, scattered, conquered and divided and killed and capitalized people. Because you don't really got to understand. He uprooted that soil that so many people so did stand on. You don't really got to understand. He created that turmoil that flooded those nations. Killing my poor Haitians. My Haitian people. My set in blood people. My shipped all the way from Africa on a boat mixed with all kinds of colours, mothers and brothers people. My revolutionists fighting back upon back against the French colonizers. My Zoes twisting away from the US of A, who keep feeding us guns upon guns, sinking our country further into the mud. And if you don't really want to, fact check this. Research, discover, uncover the truth of this. Because this really ain't just for my bars or my poem, my rap. This is for the people that find themselves trapped. Because I'm lucky one out of how many? 10, 20, 40, or 80. Now, furthermore, 1,617 Haitians killed, murdered. Is that from 2021, 22, or 23? Are my Haitians getting grilled? Nah. 2025 alone. That's from May. And we've been overthrown. Because it's Haitians against Haitians. It's my Zos against Zos. Someone set my people free. Because we disagree. Mi badako.
Aaron, set your words free.
Yuck. I look down and I feel stuck. Trapped in a loop. My life really does feel like a book. We're only on chapter 16. The system treats us all like machines. Treat us the same as the past people who allegedly caused the misery. I mean, David Hume believed his visions were what certainty, but what I see is a man who don't believe in black excellency. I mean, the guy just didn't want to see my people succeed. He thought my people were nothing more than the stones at his feet. Imagine if I saw him on the street, I'd have to back up my gun and let the bullets flee. But if I let the bullets flee, does that not feed into the narrative white people have of me? Aggressive and affiliated. You see white people in the street clutching their belongings, wondering if I'll really take it. But that's where I think they're mistaken. I'm just trying to stack my bread and go on expensive vacations. I just really hope older me can see my words make a difference. And for instance, in a world where justice should prevail, systemic racism paints a bitter tale. From schools to courts, the gaps are clear, where opportunities denied and hate draws near. But voices rise, change ignites, to fight the wrongs, to claim the rights. For my people, I'll never give up this fight.
Never give up the fight. Muhammad, use your beat to set things right.
Back in the day, enlightenment flared. Hume wrote words the world declared. Talked about reason, mind and fate. Scotland crowned him one of the greats. From treatise to inquiry, deep like a sage. History wrote him gold on the page. Statues rising, scholars quote, but nobody paused to read what he wrote. Dig a little deeper, the truth ain't clean. Hume had thoughts that were downright mean. Wrote that black folks were naturally low. Racist ideas in a rational flow. How you preach logic, yet spread hate. Not all heroes age well with fate. Legacy crack, respect decays. Truth finds light in the harshest haze. Professors shuffle and change the lens. Excuse the words, their context offends. Pain don't fade from academic gloss. When logic is used to justify loss. You question God, but not his pride. Let prejudice in while reason lied. Genius, maybe morally flawed. Still held up like a secular god. Fast forward now. Look around, some chains are broke, but still we're bound. Racism lurks in a modern tone, built in systems, flesh to the bone. But minds are louder, the youth are awake. Logic's talks, they refuse to fake. Hume's ghost watches the cities move, not perfect, but we improve. We ain't saints, still learning the deal. History's wounds, they slowly heal. From shadows cast by statues told, we build new truths and let them fall. A world more just, though far from right. We speak, protest, we read, we write. From Hume to now, a journey long. Still flawed, but the fight is strong.
The fight is strong. Kitanjali, use your words to end this song.
Teachers call me quiet, like me because I'm tame, but they're stressing on the register when they see my name. Too brown for the Brits, too dark for my caste, but too light-skinned when I step into class. They laugh at my skin, but then they steal my spices. Talk, all that talk, man, this shit is timeless. I'm too dark for the screen, but too light for the pain. Stuck in between, I still fight for a lane. They look at my skin like it's something to fix. Said, you'd be prettier if you lighten that mix. I learned to hold silence, to bite back my truth, afraid that my words might reveal my youth. Same old script, just switching the place. Stay with me, yeah? Just listen and engage. Reciting history's dictionary, I'm just flipping the page. You're seeing different faces, but the system still remains. All men free, yeah, that's where they were claiming. Less you've got darker skin, it just ain't the same then. Hume said black skin don't hold no spark, but history's flame still burns the dark. They took our land and took our tongues, called us packers and took our lungs. Wore Indian, said our gods were missing lies, but wore Indian jewels when they sat up high. We're almost done, yeah? You still with me? I hope you enjoyed this poem. I know it, I guarantee. These words paint pictures and let the truth run free, because the story ain't just mine, it's the reality of we.
The story isn't mine, it's the reality of we. The future in the hands of the young. Secured here now, indeed. The Cypher, ladies and gentlemen. Second ever performance, honestly, and the words, take a bow, please, take a bow, take a bow. Super beautiful. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.